friends, and welcome to our dip manicure party. I think I've got some text on my face right now. What a way to start off this silly, good grief. All right, well, I don't know how to fix that, so hopefully maybe my techie husband will jump on and sort us out. So I apologize that there is text on my face right now. I don't know how to fix it. I really don't. So, hello, Debbie. Hello, Chelsea. Debbie, I hope you got my message. I was so excited to tell you that we were going to be doing Tundra Dip liquids tonight. I finally opened up my package. I finally got the chance to try them out. So we're going to be using them for the first time tonight. Also, I want to give a very special shout out to the wonderful Chelsea Shipman who is on tonight, because she's the reason for tonight's manicure. I was having bad mani block. I kind of sent her some color ideas. She sent me some inspo pictures and it helped a ton. So first of all, thank you, Chelsea. I am so appreciative of you. And I guess with that said, I better show you guys what we're up to tonight. So we're going to be doing some coral nails with glitter. I needed spring, friends. I needed spring, sparkle, glitter, the whole thing. So we're doing coral and sparkle tonight. Hello, Cass. Hello, Allie. Allie, your friend's nails turned out so well, by the way. I just saw your photo, so amazing job. I know you were stressed about it last week, so. Hello, Courtney. Linz is here. Cass is here. Amazing. Hello, friends. I'm so excited. All right, well, to get into it, again, friends, I don't know how to turn off the stinking message on my camera, so I'm really hoping that maybe my husband will come on and tell me what to do. But yeah. Hopefully, you guys are just going to have to kind of, maybe if I move to the side a little bit, it'll kind of help. That way you can see my face around the text. Debbie, we're twinning. I love that so much. Hello, Kay. It is great to see you. Hello, Isabel, my friend. How are you? Chelsea. I mean, I could do that, but I'm worried that I'll lose you guys, and I don't know. I know what the problem is. It's because it's got a memory card in it, but I don't know how to, like, stop it from doing that. Unless I, like, hang on. I got one idea. Guys, give me 2 seconds. Oh, no, I can't see my screen. No, I can't do it. Okay. I don't know how to do it. Okay, yeah, my memory is full, but I don't know how to, like, make my camera stop telling me that without throwing everything off. So that's my problem. I could try turning it off and turning it back on. Give me 1 second. Let's try that. Actually, friends, I think I got it. Just give me 2 seconds. All right. I think I fixed it. I think we're good. I just need to get my screen back on. Gosh, darn it. Oh my gosh, did it work? You guys, I did it. I did it. Yay. Okay, I just had to, like, turn my camera off. I had to delete things on my memory card really quick. Whew. Thanks, friends. Okay, I'm nerdier than I gave myself credit for. Okay. Okay, I know. I'm the same. Like, my family, because I work on the computer, my family thinks that, like, I know things about computers and I don't, and I'm usually just like, turn it off and turn it back on. But yeah, I had to shut my camera off in order to delete things from the memory card so that it doesn't aggravate us. So we're good to go. Problem solved. Let's get into nail stuff now. All right, friends. So for those of you who are just joining, these are the nails we're doing. Like I said, Chelsea, the wonderful Chelsea tonight helped me pick out these colors. So we've got a coral, we've got a little sparkle action, we've got a glitter ombre, we've got a full glitter. I needed glitz after just doing neutral nails last week. So the other exciting news is we're going to be trying out dip liquids from Tundra Dip tonight. Debbie, I'm looking at you. I know you so many times told me to try these out. My first impressions based on just using them on this hand were very, very good. So I'm pretty impressed with them, and definitely would happily recommend. There was a few things that I was like, ugh, but I'm picky at this point, so that's just me. But overall, these are really good beginner-friendly liquids, so I was really happy with them. So we're going to be using that as our dip liquid system tonight. And then as far as colors go, it's hard to tell on camera, but the coral is actually a shimmer. It is Sorbet by Revel Nail. So it's got kind of like little blue shimmery specks in it, just because, you know, we needed all the razzle dazzle tonight. Rach, I'm so glad to hear that. Okay, no, I have not tried the sensitive Dipomania ones yet. But I do know that the low odor Sparkle & Co ones are very thin, so something to keep in mind for sure. Chelsea, thank you for hitting that share button. Hello, Kristen, it's great to see you. All right, friends, so yeah, we're doing Sorbet, which is our coral color, and then the amazing glitter we've got on is by one of my favorites, West Coast Dips, and it is Chirping from the new spring collection that she released. So, Courtney, yeah, so I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I am in full-fledged gardening mode right now. So when I am not doing work on the computer and all that, I am down and dirty in my garden like almost every day. And so my nails are so nasty. It is easier to do like a full soak off with tips right now than even try. So we're on tips. We're doing tips. Luckily I love these tips, so they go on really well, but maybe come fall, I'll be responsible enough to have just natural nails again that don't look disgusting underneath. So we'll see. Autumn, I'm so glad that you are here and that you made it. Rachel, thank you for hitting that share button. Let's get into it, friends. Where do we start? Oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed today. So I guess while we're doing this, don't forget to give your thumb some exercise. It's always good to keep things moving, so be sure to double tap that screen as we go. Don't forget to hit that share button because sharing is caring and we love to share our DIY nails with everybody. And yeah, let's have some fun tonight, friends. I'm excited. So let's get into it. I need to quickly wipe my nails, which I did not do. So one moment, please. Just wiping them with my alcohol acetone mixture. And then we're going to get into dipping. So I'm going to dip all of my nails in the Sorbet first, and then we'll do the glitter. And then I'm actually encapsulating absolutely everything in clear powder tonight. So we're technically doing 5 dips total on most fingers because we're going to encapsulate in clear. And doing so will prevent us from buffing into any of that glitter or shimmer and ruining everything. So, okay, that is so sad. Make sure that you are capping the edges. So I do that twice with my dip, and then I do it again with my top coat as well. So maybe that was missed. Is that the issue? I hope so. All right, let's get in, friends. So we are doing our TikTok apex building method. So for those of you who are new here and are going to wonder later on why I'm only dipping half or 3/4 of the nail later down the road, it's because we're going to build an apex. Doing so will add strength to the nail, so that'll help our manicures last. And this is a method that has worked best for me, so I'm sticking to it. Brandy, yes, I am. I'm trying out the Tundra liquids tonight, so far so good. I have a very good first impression. That is weird, Kay. What products were you using, just out of curiosity? All right, friends, let's get into this, and I'll do my best to answer questions as we go. So our first dip is always the full nail. The other thing you want to have on hand is your toothpick, and it's always a good idea to soak it in a little bit of acetone. I just find it helps clean everything out a little easier. Well, hopefully I don't disappoint, Brandy. I know that so many people have requested, so. Kay, I was just wondering what products that you used. All right, friends, so starting with our first dip, we are going to start by applying to the entire nail. So we're going to start in the middle of the nail, and then we're going to push back as close to the skin without touching and pull forward, and then we're just going to swoop that brush around. And this brush actually seems to be a lot more agreeable on this first dip, which is nice. So my thoughts on these dip liquids, I'll start with the base coat. I quite like the base coat. It's like, I don't want to say it's thick because it's not thick, but it's like a slightly thicker consistency than, say, like Virgo and Gem. So you definitely want to make sure that you control how much liquid you put on the brush with this one. That would be like my main thing. But I like the dry time. It's a slower dry time, so if you are a beginner, that makes it a little bit more beginner friendly because you're gonna have more time to actually like work around and paint it on. If you're going slow, gives you time to do the little cuticle trick before everything dries. It's also gonna be good for designs like ombres and stuff that you're working slower. So I love the dry time. Liquid is good consistency. The other thing that I didn't love was the brush, which it proved me wrong on this one. It was totally fine. But I found sometimes the brush was like splaying out weird, which was kind of annoying, but like that's minor. That's minor. It's, you know, the liquid itself was fantastic. So super happy with that. Rachel, yeah, absolutely. So normally I love dipping over my natural nails, and I use this exact same method regardless. And then because I'm actually using only half coverage tips as well, you still do kind of need to build up an apex with them. Kat, this is Sorbet by Revel Nail. Okay, Courtney, so it's not just me being picky. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. Okay, so the sensitive... Right, you did say that you're using the sensitive stuff. Those ones do apply thin, which is going to lead to more like issues, even with more layers. I found like the low odor ones tend to be thin. So that might be what is causing some of the issue. Yeah, they just fan out weird. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Again, the brush made a liar out of me on that last one because it worked perfectly, of course. But yeah, the brush was being a little weird on these, but for the most part, oh, there it is. It's kind of got a bristle going rogue on me, but you know. We'll work with it. It's fine. Grab our toothpick. And go around. So the one thing I love about a slower base liquid like this, or sorry, slow drying base liquid like this, is it does give you a little bit more time for cuticle cleanup. So you can get really nice cuticle lines if you use a little toothpick. All right. And on to third finger. So again, starting that brush in the middle of the nail, pushing back as close to the skin as possible. There's that bristle going rogue on me. Swoop the sides. At least you guys know I'm not lying. You can actually see it happening now. And then dip into our powder. And then just to explain the process tonight, so I'm doing a glitter ombre on the middle finger, and then I'm going to do a full glitter dip on the ring finger, like so. So what I'm going to do is one full dip of my base color, which in this case is the Sorbet, and then I'm not going to dip on that finger anymore. I'm going to wait till we get into the glitter. So the reason that I do this is because I find chunkier glitters are chunky. So I only like to do like a base layer on them and keep them pretty thin. I don't follow my normal apex for them, is what I'm trying to say. Sip and dip, hello. Hello, Mrs. Lindsay. We are using Sorbet by Revel Nail and Chirping by West Coast Dips tonight. Mom Bell, I use acetone, but I do heat it up by putting the acetone in hot water. If you go over to my TikTok profile, I do have a removal tutorial pinned that walks through the process, and I find it takes about 10 minutes a hand. Your brush doesn't splay, Debbie. Maybe you got a good brush. Maybe I just need to talk nicer to it. Maybe that's why I'm new and it's just like, I gotta earn its trust or something. I don't know. Who knows? See, but that one, it didn't do it. So maybe it's me. I don't know. Maybe it's me. User error. I don't know. Kat, I just toss my acetone into the garbage. So I usually will use like a paper towel just to soak it up, and then I toss it right in the garbage. Never put your acetone down the drain. You're going to end up with piping problems, and that's bad news. So, Debbie, I did get lots of powders. I actually just posted everything that I got right before I jumped on. That's why I was a couple minutes late today. So yeah, I think we're going to do a swatch party with them though, because there's a lot of good colors in there and I'm excited to see them. So Hillary, it is gorgeous. Can you guys see the shimmers on it? Hang on, I'm going to hold it up for you because it's kind of hard to tell, but there is like little blue shimmers in this color, and it is one of my favorites. Can you guys see that? Hopefully. Yes, perfect. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys can tell because, yeah, this color is gorgeous. I feel like when you look at just my nails like this, you can't tell that there's shimmer in it, but there is, and it is amazing. It is making my glitzy little heart happy. Kristen, I do love the McCart Dippy set. Like I said, for the price point, that's a great kit. All right, time to brush. So we've done our full dip on each finger. Now, guys, because this liquid is a little bit more slow drying, you definitely want to make sure that you give ample time to dry before brushing off so you don't mess anything up. And then for this next finger, so we're going to continue building up that apex. So on this dip, we're going to do halfway up the nail. Again, guys, I am going to now skip my ring finger because we're not going to do anything with that until we get to dipping into the chunky glitter. Oh my gosh, Courtney, that Maverick is like, I'm not even really a blue fan. Like you guys, like, I mean, I've said this, I'm not lying, but like that Maverick is like, oh man, you're probably blinded. Ah, Mrs. Lindsay, that's awesome. I hope you love it. All right, friends, getting into dip number 2, we are going to start just below the halfway point, push up to halfway, pull down. There's that brush growing rogami again, and do a nice thin layer. And then you guys know I love to just cap the edge on this dip, so I'm just very, very lightly running that brush over the edge. And then dipping in my powder. I bet, Courtney, it is gorgeous. Do, 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 do. All right. Yeah, Debbie, I don't know what I'm doing wrong because I'm doing exactly what I normally do, but just like sometimes it's weird and sometimes it's not. So, I mean, again, it's been fine. I did a really good manicure on the other side. I'm very happy with it. So I feel like the brush issue was a very minor thing. This base liquid is great. I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy. Thank you for the recommendation, Debbie. You know what you're talking about with dip liquids. Oh, yeah, see? You guys saw that. It's splayed. There we go. See? It's splaying. It's splaying. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Love the liquids, don't love the brush. I think that's the consensus here. She brushes off the excess powder immediately. Like, doesn't let it dry. Guys, I'm getting so lost in the comments. She brushes it off immediately. I wonder if it needs to be soaked. Maybe. Yeah, so brushing the powder, I just mean like this brush is causing me issues. I don't know. I feel like I missed part of the conversation and now I'm super confused. I'm sorry, friends. I'm real tired. I've been out in the sun doing gardening, and actually yesterday I went to a theme park with my nieces and brother-in-law and my husband, and so let me tell you that theme parks hit way harder in your 30s. So I think I'm feeling a little drained from the anxiety of dangling way too high in the air and then plummeting way too fast to the ground, you know? So if I'm slow today, that's probably why. Thank you, friends. Yeah, Brandy, I feel like it's something that I'm doing, but I don't know what it is. Unless she switched the brush, I don't know. Again, guys, it's a pretty minor issue. Overall, these liquids are pretty good. I'm pretty happy with these. Not even pretty happy, I'm very happy with these. Aloha is very close to this one, Chelsea, for sure. Brandy, it is. I feel like I'm trying so hard to keep up with you guys, and I'm just like trying to make sense of the comments. I'm like, do you mean brushing the powder off, or do you mean this brush? Because I'm talking about this brush. Feels like you guys are talking about the toothbrushes. Oh, guys, thank you for your patience with me today. I appreciate it. Good grief. Casey, thank you for the follows. All right. We're getting it. Either way, this manicure is going to be great with these liquids. We're doing good things. Okay, I think where I have gone wrong is I missed where the conversation changed because I was talking about this brush, but then you guys were all talking about different brushes, and then I got lost. This is the problem with me not being able to fully dive into the conversation. Thank you, Casey. I'm glad you love it. It is Sorbet. This color is awesome from Revel Nail. I absolutely love it. All right, so I'm going to take my toothbrush. And guys, you can use a softer brush. I just like the toothbrush because I find the stiffer bristles like get all the excess powder out on me, but lots of people use the softer brushes. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. All right, let's get all these shimmers. I have shimmer everywhere, which I'm not mad about because it means that I'm doing a glittery mani that I really wanted. All right, there we go. That is our 2 dips. And then friends, for dip number 3, we are going to go 3/4 of the way up the nail to keep building up that apex, adding some strength. So, Brandy, the only difference between the toothbrush and using a soft bristle is I just like the stiffer bristles. I just find it's like a little bit more insurance that you're getting the excess powder out. So this is not necessary. You don't have to do it this way. This is just what I like. I found I have not had contamination issues with it, but there's nothing wrong with using a softer brush. Like, absolutely not. Hopefully that clears this up. I think we're on the same page. I think we're all slowly getting on the same conversation. And by everyone, I mean me with you guys. I'm clearly lost. Ooh, Brandy, I love the sounds of that. I don't know what Coconut Snowflake is by Revel, but I feel like I need to look into that. All right, guys, so we're going to start in the middle of the nail. We're going to push back to the 3/4 mark, and then we're going to pull forward and then pull down and put a nice even layer on that bottom 3/4 of the nail. Brandy, I can imagine. Glitter is just like, I mean, I love it, don't get me wrong, but it absolutely gets everywhere. Brandy, if you want, you can actually just, you can private message here on TikTok if you want to send a picture. You can also just send me a message over on Insta as well, which is what I know a few of you do, which I appreciate. And also I want to apologize because it took me a couple days to get back to a few people, and I'm terrible at remembering to check Insta messages sometimes, so that is my fault, and I want to apologize. Thank you, Jada, and it's good to see you. Glitter is the devil, I agree, but you know what? It is like one of those things that I just can't stay away from. I just love it too much. All right. I appreciate that, Courtney. I do always come back around, but sometimes it just takes me a while. Sweet Daydream, yeah, of course. So I've done a couple ombres already. Are you wanting a glitter or like multicolor? I just did a video talking about scrub ombres like 2 weeks ago, I guess we're at now. Yeah. Oh, cute, Kristen. How did you like that set? I saw a lot of mixed reactions on it. And then, friends, I'm just going to check in again because we're doing a feel like I gotta remember that we're talking about the manicure here. So I'm actually gonna stop at this 3/4 dip for my middle finger because we're gonna do a glitter ombre on it. So I don't like to bulk it up too much underneath. So I'm gonna stop here, I'm gonna activate, I'm gonna buff it very lightly, and then we'll go in with doing the ombre. Ooh, Kristen, I'm glad to hear that. All right, we are cruising right along. I am so in love with these colors this week. I feel like I really needed this. I love the neutral manicure that I did last week, but I was really wanting a pop of color and it just wasn't satisfying my heart. Like, you know when you do a manicure and it wasn't satisfying. It's like when you're craving food and you don't get the food that you want to satisfy the craving. It's the same idea with a manicure, I think. All right, let's brush off the excess. I'm actually going to wait to brush off the excess on that last finger because I feel like it needs a second to dry so I don't wreck it. Ooh, multicolor. So Sweet Daydream, if you go onto my TikTok profile, underneath all of my playlists, I have a tutorials for nail art. I do have a couple ombres, including one for a tricolor ombre and just like a regular using the tap method. And then you can use the scrub method as well. That's an alternative. So, but yeah, they're all under that nail art playlist. Autumn, no! I'm glad you're back, though. Liz, I'm glad I hit home for you tonight. All right, friends, so we're going to do our fourth and final dip. So again, I'm going to skip the middle finger because we're going to do the glitter ombre. I'm going to skip the ring finger because we're going to do a full glitter dip, and we're just going to finish off the other 3 fingers that we've got remaining. So we are going to start this one in the middle of the nail, push back without touching the skin, pull forward, and then swoop it along the sides. And then dip. And then we're going to take our trusty toothpick, we're going to swipe that along the edges. And friends, like, look at that. That is one thing that I will say, again, that I like about this base liquid is the dry time. It's a little slower, so it really allows you to kind of work at your own pace and have enough time to clean up the cuticle lines. So I'm very happy with these cuticle lines this evening, I have to say. Hello, Anna. It's good to see you. Liz, thank you. Here's a look for everybody who's just joining, by the way. We got a little coral, we got a little glitter ombre, a little full glitter, all the things. All right, full dip on the pointer finger. I am so hoping, because I've got a couple garden projects this weekend, so I'm really hoping that I don't get dirt everywhere. I would love, actually, if anybody has some recommendations for some really good gardening gloves, I would happily take it because I keep buying them and they keep seeping the dirt underneath anyway. And like, we got to protect these, you know? So if anybody has recommendations for good gardening gloves that actually don't get dirt on your nails and seep through, I would so appreciate it. Because it's been a mess this weekend. All right, fourth and final dip. Actually, no, that's a lie. We're doing a fifth dip because we're encapsulating today. So fourth and final color dip on these fingers. And dipping it in. And here we go. Yeah, well, Brandy, if I figure it out or someone lets me know, I will definitely pass on that information because, yeah, especially when you're ripping plants out and stuff, you really got to dig in and you just get dirt everywhere. Oh, thank you, Brandy. Yeah, Liz, it's Sorbet by Revel Nail. Ooh, Debs, that's a good idea. So I need to keep nail brushes in the garden shed. That's awesome. Like that. Natalie, I agree. But the thing is I keep spending a little bit more and still not getting gloves that'll cut it. So I don't know what price point I need to be at. But yeah, I would, like I said, I would love a recommendation because I keep buying them. They keep not working. Oh, Deb, that's a good idea. Aren't they hot? Like, I just worry rubber gloves, they'd be too hot. You know, when we get sweaty and gross out in the garden, I don't know. Also a good idea, Debbie. My problem though is that I'm taking them off and on a bunch of times, so I feel like I'd have to put on different, I guess you can reuse disposable gloves a couple times. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking. All right. I am going to, you know what? Where is my, oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to encapsulate all the fingers except for these two that we're going to do glitter on, and then I'm going to activate, buff, and then we'll do glitter. That's the plan. Whew, okay. My brain is tired today, friends, but we are getting through it. Anna, I am in Ontario. I do like the nail brush idea. I feel like getting in there ASAP and cleaning them is probably a good idea. All right, friends, so for this encapsulation layer, we're just going to apply over the entire nail. Now, the reason I'm encapsulating this color is, number one, the shimmer in it. I don't want to wreck it. And number two, because it's kind of a corally color, and corally colors, as beautiful they are kind of bees to work with. So they can kind of buff out and get those weird little white marks. So it's always a good idea to encapsulate your coral or like pastel-y kind of colors. Well, Anna, it is, I mean, I'm biased, but highly recommend visiting. Obviously, I love where I live. I live in like central Ontario, north of Toronto, and BC is also one of my other favorite places. So highly recommend either of those places. And the East Coast is beautiful, actually. Cape Breton, we did Cape Breton a couple years ago, and it's amazing. I just, yeah. It's so beautiful. How do I keep glitter out of my brushes? Well, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it does get in my clear, but again, this is why I like the stiffer bristles, because I just find it does such a good job of getting like everything out. So that's my best recommendation that I got, but it's not foolproof. I do get glitter in my clear sometimes. The other thing you could do is just do a pour over clear, or have two different clear powders. So one that you don't care if you get a little glitter in, and then one that you only do if you're encapsulating like a cream color or something. Da, da, da. Brandy, no, it's like a medium bristle toothbrush, just like a regular Colgate cheapie. Hopefully that helps. All right, so we'll encapsulate this. There we go. Okay, so now that we've encapsulated, I'm going to buff all of these. I'm going to very, very lightly buff this just because I like to do a glitter ombre on a smooth surface. And then we'll get into the glitter. That's the plan. We're sticking to it. Debbie, that is also a very smart idea. Debbie is full of great ideas. She was the one who really pushed to try these Tundra Dip liquids, and have to say, listen to Debbie. That's the moral of the story. All right, but okay, so as much as, like I said, I love this base liquid, I don't love the brush. Regardless, it might be user error, I will say that, but I don't love the brush, but I love the liquid. However, I love the brush on the activator, because I find with some activator brushes, they don't soak up enough activator to really like douse your nails, whereas this one does. So I was actually like very happy with the brush on the Tundra Dip activator. So, you know, you win some, you lose some, I guess. Autumn, yeah, the top coat was a little bit slower. Not much, like another minute or two than some other liquids that I use. Yeah, Brandy, I got some powders too, and I'm very excited to try them. Revel powders are great, but I mean, I've said this a bunch of times. I'm not a fan of the Revel liquids. They're just not great, and they're hard to work with. So there's better options out there, and Tundra is definitely one of them. Dreama, thank you for hitting that follow button. I appreciate it. It is a very nice shiny top coat, I will say. But yeah, again, it just takes a little bit longer to dry. But by a little bit longer, we're talking like an extra minute or two. So it's really nothing. All right, sounds like we're ready to buff. So I'm just going to go in and get that process. So guys, my buffing process is I usually just start around the cuticle area. Just blending everything into the natural nail so that way we don't catch it on our hair or anything that we don't want. This is also why I love these curved files, because they do so well at getting around those edges without tearing your skin apart. And then once I've gone down the cuticle area, I just like to go down one side, again, just removing any major lumps. And then I go down the other side, same deal, just trying to remove any big lumps. Oh, I got text on the screen. This one I know how to remove right away. We've done this before. There we go. Thanks, Debbie. Autumn, so to know that your activator is fully dry. Ow. Oh! Ow! Guys! My toothpick attacked me. Oh, sorry. Ow. It was like... I felt something like jab into my back. I was wondering because I lost my toothpick from earlier. Ow. You're an a-hole. That hurt. Oh. Whew. Okay, shake it off. I'm back. Ow. Okay, the toothpick hates me. Sorry, Autumn. I was answering your question. How do you know when it's fully dry? So the best way is just to tap the nail. So if you hear those taps, that's how you know that it's fully cured and ready to go. Guys, that I can't believe that hurt so bad. Ow. I was wondering what the heck was going on. I am okay. I'm just being a baby. I just was so stunned. I was like, why is my office chair hurting? And then I saw that my toothpick. You know what it is? It's because it always does something. You guys have seen the videos of me chasing these damn things around, and then, you know, they got it out for me, I swear. I guess that's the blooper video. We got one. I don't think I'm bleeding. I'm just no, I'm just being a baby, Debbie. It's just a little red. There's no blood. Not that I can tell. I think I'm good. Okay. I'm just being a suck. All right. Shake it off. Okay, I'm good. Let's go. Brandy, I swear they hate me. I lost that one earlier too, and I grabbed another one, and it was sitting there waiting to attack me that entire time, I swear. Stupid thing. It has been that type of week. Oh, Lindsay. Well, you know what? I'll add that to the highlight reel. It was literally, the recap is just the toothpick was attacking me. Who knew? Who knew? All right. Going over the buffing. Okay, so once I've got everything, all the major lumps and bumps out, I'm just going to go around and just sharpen up those edges so that everything is nice and clean. Really let that shape shine. And I feel like my shape is a little aggressive on one side, so I'm going to bring it in a little bit. Better. All right. There's one down. What's my favorite kit so far? So I usually kind of go based on the dip liquids because those to me have made the biggest difference. So my favorite is Virgo and Gem because those were my first love. Those were the switch that I made that I was like, oh, dip liquids make a huge difference with your manicure. So I love Virgo and Gem. Those are my top ones. I also really like West Coast dips. Their liquids are fantastic. They also have amazing colors. McCart Dippies is my favorite on the affordable scale from Amazon. And honestly, like, I'm happy to recommend these Tundra Dip liquids as well. They are really good and really good for beginners. So, and I haven't tried their dip powders yet, but seeing as what you guys are saying in the comments, they seem to have some really good ones. So they're definitely worth checking out. Can you guys, oh my gosh, I'm not even on camera. Good grief. All right, I think we're just about there on this one, and then I'm just gonna go around the edges and sharpen her up. This part's always a little tricky to do with the camera. Ooh, Brandy, I'll have to check that one out. So I always get this question every week. I need to just answer it right away. I use my e-file mainly for removal. I do use them for application normally, but then I started doing these lives, and an e-file is just a little bit of a pain to like use on camera and hear me with it going. So I started using a hand file for that reason. And then I just really liked using a hand file instead. So now I just use a hand file for my buffing. Now, I will say that an e-file is a little bit, with the right bit, a little bit easier to blend these cuticle areas, but yeah, I don't know. I just like it, so I stick with it. And also, do not apologize for questions here. I am so happy to answer them. This is what we do these lives for, so don't hesitate to ask any questions or apologize for it. So, and if I can't answer it, someone who is amazing in the question or comments will absolutely do it as well. So please ask your questions. We are all happy to help. Brandy, yeah, that's the other thing too. So like, you don't really have to. Like sometimes things happen, you know, your manicure goes rogue and you got some extra bumps and whatever, and then yeah, an e-file is definitely going to be a lot more helpful to get it done faster, but I don't find I have to do too much shaping. So I just do this. I'm a little bit slower on camera, obviously, because I'm so busy running my mouth and chit-chatting, but yeah, it's pretty minimal, especially when you get great liquids. So okay, I think this section got a little weird. All right. Sorry guys, I gotta do my close-up. I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Oh baby, now we're getting it. If you guys are wondering how I shape my nails, it's I literally hold them like this in front of me, and then I find it's a lot easier to tell kind of where you need to taper things off. Hopefully that helps. All right, there we go. We're back on camera. So, pretty much got this all buffed out and ready to go. I'm just gonna use my little orange buffer block to finish her off. So guys, I'm just using these little orange buffer blocks from Amazon. Sabrina, well, welcome. I am using dip stuff, a dip liquid system. So guys, the reason I like to use these little orange buffer blocks, I just like to do the final smooth out with them, get everything nice and ready to go. So Beth, when it comes to lifting, it's definitely the first thing you need to check is your prep. So I do have a tutorial for nail prep pinned to my TikTok profile that may help. So definitely make sure that you're removing all the cuticle from the nail. I like to use the Blue Cross cuticle remover. Make sure you wash your hands really well afterwards. Then I do a very light buff, and then I use a combination of alcohol and acetone, and that cleanser has been awesome for preventing lifting, I have to say. No, Brandy, I'm getting there. So now that I've got all of this buffed, I'm actually going to do the glitter ombre right now. So let's make sure you guys can see. So guys, before I do a glitter ombre, I always like to build my apex underneath first. If I'm doing a full dip, I just do a base color. The reason why is it's to prevent too much bulkiness when using a chunkier glitter. The other thing is that you do want to have a base under your nail when you're using glitter, because it makes it a little easier to remove. So, because glitter can be a bit of a pain to remove. No, it's not that bad, but it definitely makes it easier if you've got something between the glitter and the nail. All right, let's do ombres. So to do the ombre, I'm going to use this brush. And so one thing I found, I can't remember where I saw this, but I actually saw this recommendation from another DIY nail creator who said a lesser fluffy brush is good for ombres just to control where the powder goes, and I have to agree. So I don't like to use a super fluffy brush. I use like a somewhat fluffy brush. So this is the one that I'm using. This is just from Walmart. It's like Eco Tools or something. So we're going to be using that to do the glitter ombre. So to do it, we're going to grab our base coat. And I'm going to basically wipe off a lot of the liquid so we don't have too much on the nail. And then I'm going to, because I'm starting my ombre from the top, I'm going to kind of start a little below, push back without touching the skin, and then pull forward, and then I just kind of like flick it. Because I don't really care if it doesn't go all over the nail. I just want to make sure that I've got base liquid exactly where I want this ombre to go. So once we've applied that, we're going to take our brush, we're going to dip it in, and we're going to point our finger down because that's the way we want the powder to go, and we're just going to do light taps. I'm hoping you guys can see okay, to get that glitter ombre on there. And then I kind of just tap the finger, and then the little bits will fall down. I'm going to grab my toothpick, and I'm going to clean out the cuticle area to get rid of any glitter. And then there we go. Now guys, a cheater method, if you find that your ombre doesn't look like ombre enough, you can apply a second layer of glitter just like right up in this cuticle area, and then tap on again if you need to. The other thing I will say about glitter ombres, some glitters are easier to do it with than others. That's just the way that it is. This one, which is Chirping by West Coast Dips, very easy to glitter ombre. So if I made it look easy, it's not really because of me. It's because this glitter is just really good to work with. So that is something to keep in mind. No, Brandy, that's what I mean. The brush, like sometimes it splays and sometimes it doesn't. So like, I don't know. I feel like it has to be me. But I don't know exactly what I'm doing. Sabrina, so to avoid them looking flat, I build an apex. So that's why I do like the full dip, the half dip, 3/4 dip, and the final full dip. That helps build up an apex, which will give your nail some shape. Also, Beth, thank you for hitting that share button. I appreciate it. Hello, Tina. It's so good to see you. All right, friends, so we're going to get into the full glitter dip. So this time we are going to apply glitter to the entire nail. And I want some of those chunkier glitters at top, so I'm going to just tap my jar here. And then so to do a chunky glitter to avoid it getting all jaggedy and weird, we're actually going to lay the nail flat into the dip. So I don't like to dip directly in. I'm going to lay it flat, and that's going to help the glitter lay properly. Okay, Brandon, let me know, because like I said, I want to know if it's me. Sweet, yeah, I do sometimes use a gel top coat, mainly if I've done gel liners for nail art, then I'll use a gel top coat, but for the most part, I pretty much stick with my dip systems. All right, friends, so what I'm going to do is take my base liquid, I'm going to apply a layer to the entire nail, so I'm going to start in the middle, I'm going to push back, pull forward, and then I'm going to swoop it along the edges. Like so, and then we're going to lay flat into the jar. turn it around, and then just like tap everything down so it's laying nice and flat how we want. And then we're going to grab our toothpick and we're just going to trace along the cuticle lines to get any glitter out from where we don't want it to be. And there we go. We got our extra little shimmer. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate the compliments on the swoop. I worked really hard on it. Ah, the friggin' evil toothpick. I know. Actually, it wasn't. It was this one. This is the one. This is the one that jabbed me. Little bugger. You can sit over in your corner. I don't even want to look at you. Okay. It's going to be so weird for people who don't know what happened. Okay. All right, so now that we've got those on, I've let them dry. We're going to finalize this by encapsulating both of our glitters in clear. So I'm going to take my toothbrush now that everything has fully dried, and I'm going to do a very good job of brushing absolutely everywhere to get glitter off my fingers as much as I humanly can, which you guys know is kind of near impossible with glitter. I'm glad you guys get the toothpick joke. All right. Let's encapsulate. Okay, so we're going to apply base coat to the entire nail, and then we're going to dip in clear. So starting in the middle of the nail, pushing back, slight splaying that time, and then swooping it around. There we go. You know what? I'm going to stop calling them my trusty toothpick because I always do that, and to be honest, they're not all that trusty when they're stabbing you in the back, quite literally, are they? So... screw you, little bugger, losing itself on me, stabbing me in the back. All right, start in the middle of the nail, push back, pull forward, swoop her around, and then we'll dip into the clear. Grab our questionable toothpick. Give her a swoop around the cuticle lines, and voila, there we go. Rachel, thank you for hitting that share button. I appreciate it. Chelsea, I think this is a perfect birthday mani. It's bright, it's vibrant, it's sparkly, it's got all the things. Lindsay, I'm wondering if it might be just your prep process. The other thing too could be something to do with maybe like the oil, the natural oiliness of your natural nails. The other thing is make sure that you're using cuticle oil regularly, so that way it maintains some flexibility in the nail, and then that prevents the nail from getting brittle and pulling away from the dip. So that might be another issue. Queen Bee, thank you for hitting that follow button. I appreciate it. Questionable is right. Okay, let's brush off all this excess clear powder, and then we are going to activate, give these two fingers a light buff. Everything else is ready to go, and then we are going to go into activating and top coating. Brandy, I've been doing it for, I think I'm at 2.5 years now, which is crazy. I can't believe it's been that long already. Lorena, that's exciting. What did you get? All right, friends, so you know what I'm doing. I am just activating these very quickly. We're going to lightly buff them out. I'm always extra generous when activating glitter because it's a little bit thicker, so... All right, that should be good. Let that cure, and then we will lightly buff, and then we'll top coat. Actually, that's a lie, guys. So one thing I did, because I do recommend, so after you do all your buffing, you get a whole bunch of like little grainy bits. It is a good idea to rinse your nails off and nail brush, but as you guys know, I don't ever do that. Mainly because I'm in my office, I'd have to run to a sink. It's a whole thing, and then I hate that I can't do it. It's not the end of the world, but it's nice just to avoid your cuticles from having cakey crap in them. So what I did is I just got a little nail brush with some water, so that way I can do this right at my desk. So we're changing the process. We're making things better. Ooh, Tiff and Margot. Margot is gorgeous. Tiff is also very beautiful. I'm not a big blue fan, but Tiff I like. All right, we're tapping. We're good to go. So let's just give a very light buff around the cuticles just to blend everything in. I don't want to go too crazy though, because I obviously don't want to ruin that ombre. Silly base liquid, you get over there. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing here, just going around just to blend everything in a little bit better than it is. Also, can we talk about how satisfying it is to sharpen your edges after a glitter? Like, you know how they're all rough because the glitter's everywhere? I find it so satisfying when you get to just like, oh, make them sharp, you know? It just makes me so happy. There's something just nice seeing a nice clean glitter, you know? All right, up close inspection. How does this look wonky? What did I do here? There we go. All right, friends, I think we're just about good. I'm pleased with that. So Courtney, I will say on the instructions for the Tundra Dip, she does recommend wiping with acetone, I believe it is, and cuticle oil so that you avoid having them glue shut. Obviously, I'm not going to know if that's an issue at this point because it's my first time using them, but the only bottles that I've ever had like a consistently bad time with them gluing shut is Revel, which is also why they're on my poo-poo list. But yeah, I'll let you know with these ones. I haven't heard that, but yeah, sometimes, you know, we never know. I don't know. Hopefully not. I hope not, because I really like these liquids. I don't want that to happen. Natasha, I'm using Sorbet by Revel Nail and Chirping by West Coast Dips. All right, so now that we've got everything smooth, I'm going to grab that nail brush with water on it. Again, guys, you could just rinse under the sink. And I'm just going to get out all the little, you know, dusty bits, so that way we get a nice smooth top coat application. I don't know why I haven't been doing this the whole time, because I should have been, but you know, I was like, I don't want to run to a sink right now. Okay, then I'm gonna grab a paper towel and I'm just gonna dry everything off. There we go. So there's a little preview of what it's gonna look like, and then we're gonna grab our activator. And we are going to activate everything. Now, one thing that was different with these liquids is she actually recommends waiting 5 minutes minimum before applying your top coat after the second activator, which is quite a bit longer than every other liquid I've ever tried. So, I mean, I don't make the rules, I'm just gonna follow them. So, we are gonna wait the 5 minutes, but just so you guys know, I don't know why these ones are different, but they are different. So it's just something to keep in mind. I am still gonna wipe the excess off. Marissa, yeah, I'm trying this is my first time with the Tundra liquids. Like I said, I've never had any other liquid set where you have to wait this long. But it is what it is. So we're gonna follow it. So it is 6:32. I'm gonna wait 5 minutes, and we're just gonna sit here and we're just gonna chit chat, I guess. So, Dreama, I'm gonna go through my usual top coat application regardless. I'm just adding more wait time. So normally with other liquids, I would apply the activator, wipe off the excess, and then I'd only wait about 1 to 2 minutes before I'd go in and do my very first layer. But again, she says 5 minutes with these ones, so we're gonna wait 5 minutes. But the key to not getting your top coat brush to harden is just limit the contact time on that first pass. So what I do is 3 very quick strokes on the first, and then I go in on the second top coat layer and apply it more precisely and cap the edges. So limiting the contact time with the brush will help avoid contamination. Sweet, these are just lint-free wipes. I do believe I have them shared in my storefront, but they're just called lint-free wipes. You can also just use paper towel too. That's totally fine. Right, Brandy, she does say with the rubbing alcohol. I didn't do the rubbing alcohol step on this one, and everything cured just fine. But again, I always do the 3 very quick strokes as my first layer, and that seems to help. Hello, Picasso. It's so good to see you. All right, 3 more minutes, friends. 3 more minutes. I'm not going to say that this makes me not like the liquids, but I will say that I am so impatient that this wait kind of kills me. But, you know, a good base liquid, a good top coat are, you know, it's key. And this is a good base liquid and it is a great top coat. So it's worth the wait. I'm just so impatient. Hello, Phelan. I just saw you pop in. Hello, Dana. It's great to see you. Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad you love it. 6:34. It's still 6:34. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm so impatient. Oh, that's interesting, Brandy. Could I cure them? What do you mean, Sarah? I'm not sure what you were referring to there. I'm just waiting for these activator new liquids. Longer wait time. Push this up a little bit. There we go. Sarah, no, I'm using dip liquid, so these won't cure in a UV lamp. Marissa, the odor is actually like not bad. So I will preface this by saying I don't get dip flu symptoms. I've never gotten any crazy aggravation from dip liquids, but I have found some liquids to be a little bit more aggravating than others. So like Revel, for example, they do kind of make my eyes burn a little bit. So that's my own personal scale, just for clarification. But these ones I didn't find to be bad. So if you aren't, you know, super sensitive, I don't think you're going to notice, like I didn't really notice a strong scent with them. Okay, well that's good to know, Brandy. That helps. Sarah, I'm using Sorbet by Revel Nail and Chirping by West Coast Dips. 4 minutes. Okay, we got 1 more minute, friends. 1 more minute. I think I can do it. I want to get started. I just want to see it finished. I'm so impatient. All right. Oh, okay, the clock ticked. Okay, guys, so first layer, we are going to do 3 very quick strokes, like I said. So that just means like 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll make this pretty on the second layer. All right, so then on the final layer, we're gonna do a lot better of a job getting everywhere. So we're gonna do our usual start in the middle and kind of push back, pull forward. That brush just splayed out. And then we're gonna get everywhere. And then we're also going to cap the edges, which is super important to avoid your manicure from chipping. And then we'll move on to the next finger. Doo-doo-doo. And last one, last one. All right. There we go, friends. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. Ooh, Sarah, that's awesome. And helpful. Us Canadians always get the short end of the deal on shipping times. Okay, so as far as the top coat goes, again, very impressed with the shine when it dried. I did find that this took a little bit longer than other top coats to dry, so I made the mistake of poking my other hand before it was dry, which really sucks for me. But so just give it an extra couple of minutes if you're used to other liquids. It's not a long dry time. It's just like a minute or two longer than other liquids that I've tried. So that's something to keep in mind with these ones. But oh, Tundra Dip, you're here. That's awesome. I appreciate that because us Canadians always get the raw end of the deal on shipping, which I understand. Shipping here is very expensive, and as a small business, that's a really hard cost to absorb. I definitely know that very well from running my own small businesses in the past. So, but I appreciate that you do that. That's awesome. Ooh, Sarah, that's good to know. Well, I loved your manicure that you did. Well, Bonnie, I have to say I very much like your liquids, so my face just went away. 1 second, friends. There we go. I'm back. All right. So all in all, this manicure was great. The liquids, again, what I love about them is the dry time, which I think makes them beginner friendly. They're, again, I don't want to say this liquid is thick because it's not thick. It's just like thicker than Virgo and Gem, but if you've used Virgo and Gem, you know that their liquids are very thin. But it has a slower dry time, which makes it a little bit easier for beginners to use. It's going to give you a little bit more time painting the nail. It's also going to give you a little more time on the cuticle cleanup as well. So I love that about them. Very happy with this top coat shine, I have to say. Yeah, overall, quite like them. Other than whatever the brush was doing on me was going a little rogue. But again, that could have been me. I don't know. But I feel certain that I will, Bonnie. I haven't had time to dip into the powders yet, but I'm thinking I'm going to do a swatch live party with those. I just got to figure out a time and a place to do it. Sarah, the switch is hard. Virgo and Gem liquids, like I said, those are my first love. Those are what totally changed the dip powder manicure game for me. So they're close to my heart always. I love them. Well, Bonnie, I am very excited to try them. Thank you for sending over so many colors to dip into. So I was like pulling them out. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, I'm very excited to try them. Ooh, mystery colors. That sounds intriguing. I love that. All right, friends, I'm going to risk I think we're good. Yep, we are dry. Awesome. That is a beautiful shine. Okay, I'm going to grab my favorite cuticle oil, which, granted, my favorite is her fruity cereal, but I'm really onto the pineapple at the moment. And I think it's the spring weather. I just like the fruity scent. So we're going to throw this on and finish this manicure up. I'm in love with this color. This is what my heart needed. The neutral last week just didn't cut it for me. I wanted to do brighter nails so bad with some glitter, and this week was the week. So I'm very happy. It adds up so fast, Sarah. It really does. Thank you, Cass. I appreciate it. I am like, oh, I'm in pineapple heaven. I'm not even a big pineapple fan, to be quite honest with you, but I like this scent is like, it's not fruity cereal, but it's a very close second. I quite like it. It just puts me in a springy, summery mood, which is good with this manicure. Oh my gosh, Debbie, 315. You are killing it, my friend. Killing it. All right, friends, here is the finished manicure. So again, it's hard to see in the nails, but we do have that little bit of sparkle in the sorbet. There is another look. There's my little nail pose for you guys. Gotta get the fingers situated right. It's really hard to do this, by the way. And not make your fingers look all like wonky. But yeah, there's the finished product. Thank you, Sarah. I like this because I wanted coral. And one of my favorite corals, I love Ola by Revel Nail, but I really love Free, which I think is unfortunately one of their retired colors, but it's like a deeper, or it's not even really a coral. It's like a deeper orangey coral-ish. I don't know. I was really feeling that, but that's like more of my summer vibe. So this is like a nice spring coral, I feel like. Thank you, Courtney. You were too kind. I appreciate that. Oh, goodness. All right, we did it. I can't believe I got through that, guys. My brain is like fried after yesterday. Like I said, it was trying to keep up with a 16-year-old who is fearless on theme park rides. Because, like, I'm a sucker for peer pressure. Hence, how I ended up diving into the ocean with sharks. I can't say no to things because I don't want to look like a big baby. So yesterday, it was like every ride was, you know, I had to do it. Other than the like weird slingshot thing. There's certain things I draw the line on, but all the big coasters. But yeah, my anxiety was like through the roof the entire time, but I had to do it. And now my brain is still tired from like, you know, that like nervous system tension that I had all day yesterday. Aw, Sarah, you were too sweet. Courtney, you guys are the best. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. And thank you guys for sharing your manicures with me. Because honestly, like, I love it. I love seeing everybody's creativity at work. So I appreciate that you guys have like let me into your DIY nail world as well. Well, I think I need to go home and have a nap, I think is where we're at. So, and by nap, I mean, I guess go to bed. It is like almost 7 o'clock here. I don't think so, Sarah. Nothing is over the top. Debbie, thank you. And also, Debbie, again, thank you for the recommendation on Tundra Dip. These were great. Like I said, other than the brush issue, which again might be user error, I will take full responsibility for the fact that it might be me and not the brush. But yeah, these liquids are fantastic. So I did film a dip liquid review for you guys on these. Like I actually did, and I'm not just like saying that I'm gonna do it. So I will post that next Tuesday. I just want to kind of see how these wear, and given that I'm going to be in the garden completely abusing my fingernails this weekend, it'll be a really good test of how well these go. But yeah, the application with these I'm very, very happy with. So Debbie, you're the best. Thank you for the recommendation. Okay, friends. So I guess with that said, a couple things. If you have not already signed up for the email list and you would like me to send you the nail video recaps from the week, if you'd like TikTok live reminders, if you would like to be notified when the replay is posted, go over to my TikTok profile, hit that link, and then if you scroll down a little bit, there's a spot that you can put your email address in. And yeah, those are the only 3 things that I mail out every week. I don't go crazy and do anything. It's just mailing out what's real important, you know? So yeah, definitely sign up for those if you're interested. Other than that, like I said, next Tuesday I will be posting my review of the Tundra Dip liquids. And then I've got a whole bunch of nail tutorials filmed for you guys. I've got tutorials on cuticle lines, avoiding chipping, all the things. I just need to get a free moment to edit them all for you, but I'm working through them as much as I can to get them posted. It's been busy, you know? It's been busy. But you too, Debbie. I am so glad. So yeah, that's what I've got coming up. Other than that, I will see everybody next Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. EST for our Dip Manicure Live. Thank you, friends, for joining me for another great evening. Thank you for joining in on the conversation. Thank you for helping one another with all your nail questions. It is so appreciated. I love you guys, so thank you very much. I love these Wednesday nights. They're so fun. Sarah, I hope you have a great evening as well. All right, friends, have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your week. Have a fabulous weekend. I think my American friends have their long weekend next weekend because us Canadians just had ours last weekend. So if I am correct on that, I hope that all my American friends have a great long weekend. And I will see everybody next Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. EST. So bye, friends. Good night. Bye, Chelsea, Debbie, Courtney, Debbie again, Mrs. Lindsay, Courtney, Debbie, Chelsea. Have a great night, friends. I will see you guys next week. Enjoy yourselves and have a safe and fun long weekend.